Oh, no, it wasn't me. I did that a little bit earlier. Hang on here, just so you can hear how you sound. I think I got my screen capture software going, and then I can either make this public or unlisted or private. But yeah, it sounded very, very good. I got the screen capture software running right now. Give me some a little bit of talk there so you can hear how you sound.
All right, there. Well, here we go. We're running the Shure microphone into the FX230, into the 2496, into the virtualizer, into the topping box, slide into Cakewalk, picking up a few plugins, and then we're going to the non-VAC. So there you have it.
Okay, very, very nice. Sounds very smooth. Like the high frequencies are slightly rolled off. I mean, to each their own, just like beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, same thing with sound. But very, very nice. Rolls off very nice and smooth. There's no raspiness to it. Yeah, sounding great. I know up here, I made one adjustment here in my, hold on, I got the screen capture software going. I went into the DSP and AGC ALC. Now, since I'm not using the Thetis CFC anymore, that's off. So I had to bring up the gain just a little bit. Brought my ALC up to gain 3. It was on 0, brought up to 3. So make sure it's still okay down there. I don't want to get overdriven. But since it did that, my hang time on the output power is much smoother. Get better action on the output power. But make sure it's how's that sound down there? I don't want to be, like I said, too overdriven.
No, you're fine. No, it's not running hot at all. So no problem at all. And just like mine on my mic meter, through Thetis. Usually when you bump up around -5, you're doing really good. And if you hit the 0, you're maxing it. Anything past 0 starts going into the red. But mine usually goes -10, a little past -10, and it barely just goes up there and kisses the -5. So that's where mine's set at.
Okay, yeah, a lot of factors in that. Depends on where your gain is in other places in the whole system. Right now, my leveler is about, might be -4, and I adjusted my ALC, and I have it just barely tapping 0. In fact, like I said, you'll see this when I post this up there. Hold on, where's the ALC? You'll see it on the main screen. It's the dead center of the screen here. And then, yeah, it's like -1. It might tap 0. So that's what I have adjusted right now. But much smoother output, about a good hang time. In fact, right now I'm going to go into the forward power so you can see that. Right now I'm tagging my, AL80B. Might flash up in there 60 watts. It's getting me about 650 watts. That's what I'm doing right now, 650 watts out of the Ameritron AL80B. And that's it. We're just, as they say, mud ducking.
Well, it's working great. I have you here 20 to 30 over. You were 20 over first, and then on that last transmit, you went to 30 over. So very good. The loop's working fine, and you're probably hearing me pretty much the same. Of course, I'm doing a little over 1,400 watts, doing a little bit more wattage than you are, but yeah, I'm running right now 1451 is what is shown on the LP100A.
Okay, yeah, you're really going to I think I might have doubled somebody. I'm not sure, but I'll just keep talking here. But you're really going to like what you hear. It is very, very smooth. I'll try to hurry up and get this posted up as soon as I can. It sounds excellent. Sounds like you're sitting right next to me. Like nothing's overdone. Extremely smooth for KC. And they're razor sharp, 30 dB, and a razor sharp on the filters there. Brick wall extraordinaire.
Come on in there, Dom. W4DOM.
Hello. What's going on, Dwayne? Hello, Ken. Glad to hear you on here. W4DOM.
Mr. Dom. Yeah, I just figured pop on here. I want to get on a little bit earlier. I was doing some testing and tuning, just checking things out earlier in the day. Take advantage when 80 meters is dead. But yeah, still had it on there, and I knew Dwayne would be getting on here. I just made a couple little adjustments, adjusted my ALC just a little bit, had to bring that up just a hair. So it's like -1. And anyhow, I just want to make sure everything's working right. But yeah, W4DOM, and I got to say it one more time. Thanks for all the computer help out there. Really appreciate you. I'm sure everybody else appreciates you out there. But I'm still waiting for that the USB blaster to come in for the Hermes Light 2 Plus. Haven't given up on that thing yet. So once that thing comes in, I'll give you a shout. And maybe we could have another little session here. You can log into my computer. But anyhow, W4DOM.
Hey, there might be something you could do. You may not need that blaster. I got to read up on the Hermes and see how they upgrade the firmware on that. Maybe when Ark gets on, he can tell me a little bit. But there is a program that I'm sure Dwayne told you about how he got his radio back to working again. I don't know if he can use that program on the Hermes or not, but if he can, you may be able to get that thing to come back to life.
Okay, yeah. Yep, I got the bad news. The program I was doing. In fact, you know, when things happen in history, you remember where you were? I remember exactly where I was when Dwayne sent me that text message. Well, the Anon's dead. I was like, no. But yeah, yeah, he filled me in. And then yeah, he walked me through that. I did cross my mind. If we can do that without getting the that USB blaster, that'd be cool. But yeah, maybe give that a shot. But at any rate, that USB blaster is on its way. It'd be nice for me to have that on hand anyhow. But yeah, we'll try that. I know on the Hermes, there's no switch. Like on the bottom of the Anon, there's that little bootloader switch. I do not believe the Hermes has any kind of switch on there. I forget, but yeah, it might be worth investigating.
Evening, guys. K1WIL.
Hey, Bill, what's going on? Well, guys, I just jumped in here for a minute. She's pulling up in the driveway. We're going to eat, and then I'll get back on the radio. It's still a little early yet for this band, for me and you guys up north. And hello, Bill, and I'll leave it with you, Bill, and 73 for now. I'm going to have the radio on. I just won't be in here. W4DOM. Take care, Ken. Nice hearing you on here. Sounding good. I got you about an S9. Dwayne, you're about 15 over, and Bill, you're about 15 over. So I guess the band's starting to come around, but I'll be back after dinner. W4DOM.
All right, Don. I'm glad to get your power on. That's a plus there. We missed you last night, so I'll catch up later on with you, and I'll let these guys go ahead. I just want to say good evening to you. I heard you in there. So K1WIL, take it easy. Take it easy.
Bill, say hello to Ken.
Well, hello, Ken. You got Bill, another Pennsylvanian. I'm over here by Latrobe, Pennsylvania, if you know where that's at.
Okay, yeah, Latrobe. Okay, I couldn't remember. I got you and Jeff mixed up a little bit. Okay, you're in Latrobe. Okay, making a trip. You are 15 over 9 down here, 15 over 9. And I'm not doing that much output power splash. Or I mean, Dwayne is really pumping it out there. Right now, I'm doing about 650 watts on my little 80-meter sky loop antenna. But yeah, I felt like glad to get on here and do a little rag chill. I know the wife is coming home soon. She wants to get some dinner on, so wanted to scurry on down here and get on the air for a little bit. But yeah, sounded good, Bill. Nice to meet you on the air. I don't know if we ever talked before or not. I can't remember. But then, yeah, it's good to get on here.
Tell you one thing, Kenny, we probably talked back in the day. I know a bunch of the guys you probably know, Moonshiner, a bunch of them. Too Tall, I don't know if you talked to him, but yeah, back in the day. Then I come up here and start, talking on ham bands and stuff. But no, I've spoke to you before.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah. Too Tall. Yep. Splat. I mean, God, you're getting me mixed up here. Yeah. Dwayne talked to him quite a bit. I might have talked to him once or twice on the air. But Shiner. Oh yeah. I've been trying to get a hold of him lately. I called him last 3 times. He hasn't picked up. So I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, he kind of tailed off a little bit. I know he had some financial stuff going on. But I know he had to, I guess, sell some equipment. But he's in there a little bit. But okay, yeah, all right. We probably did talk on the air there. It's just getting older. My memories, it's a little sliding down the hill there.
Oh yeah, I spoke to you. I pretty much watch your videos too. You got good videos. I like watching those. So well, go ahead, Dwayne, pick it up. I just happened to hear you guys in here. I want to say good evening to you, and let's just go ahead and roll. K1WIL.
Bill, you stand there and get your feet wet with the rest of us, that's all.
Yeah, I know, but I know you were talking about stuff there, and I didn't want to break in. I just wanted to say I heard Dominic in there, and figured he's back on the air again, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, with his power being out like that, he's probably glad to get that back up and running, and now he's going to help her unload some groceries, and he's going to probably grab something to eat, and he'll probably jump in here a little bit later on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, I seen a video that, your drone up in the air. You're ripping that thing pretty good for only having it for, 2 days now. So you're picking up very quick on it, Dwayne. You'll have no problem with that thing.
Yeah, that's actually my second flight. I was a little bit worried because when I walked up on the hill, I could really feel the wind up there. And I said, you know what, I'm going to, give it a go anyways. I have nothing to lose. If I crash it, I'm going to crash it right into a field. So no harm there. So, yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty nice drone. I've watched it in the videos and stuff. It seems pretty stable. So I don't think you have any problem with it. Go ahead, guys, pick it up. K1WIL.
Yeah, I go back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it's not too bad. Go ahead, Bill. I'll give you a chance to ID.
Oh, K1. You caught me off guard. I was looking at my phone here. K1WIL. No, go ahead, guys. Go ahead. I'm goofing around here with graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing here. This video, like I said, the video is still rolling here. I'll probably might stop this, edit this up, because I can't stand listening to myself talk, but that's what I'm doing. I have up on the screen right now. I'll share this with you. I had that F6 EQ on a screen right now. And by the way, I got to say formally on the air here, thanks for turning me on to this. It is awesome. And then when you see this, I do have, this is the last in line. There's other EQs going on before this, but it's my last plugin on the list. I'm using it for sharp cutoffs on the filter. But yeah, thanks for turning me on to this EQ, the F6 RTA. I'm using the stereo right now.
Yeah, of course, I'm running the 3 pieces of rack gear. And when I slide over to Cakewalk before I go into the non, I'm catching a gate in Cakewalk, an equalizer, then the F6 RTA, and then another multi-band compression before it leaves. And then I'm topping it off with a little bit of the Aphex again. So that's what I do before it goes into the non. So that's the plugins that I'm running with 3 pieces of rack gear.
Okay, yeah, between your signal strength and the way it sounds awesome. Like I said, I have my headphones on right now. They're not the best. They can produce decent low end, but it'll sound completely different on my JBL soundbar and my subwoofer. But in these headphones right here, at least for me, I really, really like it. Big, heavy signal. I think you should like it. I wouldn't touch a thing. But then again, that's hard for us. I know me and you were always tinkering, especially Doug. I know he's always tinkering and getting new stuff. It's like heroin for our fingers. It's just fun goofing around with stuff. But anyhow, remember where you have this, and when I post this up, listen to it. You're really gonna like it.
Yeah, when Don worked on my machine, we took the drivers back in Windows, and I forgot to save all the stuff in Cakewalk, so I had to start from scratch, which is no big deal. I got it back up and running and stuff like that. But, you do tweak here and there, and I might run this audio for a while and decide to change something. But for the most part, even if I change it, I can get it back to sounding half decent anyways.
Oh, yeah, it sounds marvelous. Very, very marvelous. And by the way, I was messing around with Pure Signal. It's not high on my priority list. It was acting a little bit funky. I might, if my new non-G2 1K ever comes in, I guess I won't need that coupler, but I don't know. I might just go ahead and order that coupler for the Pure Signal. I think you sent me the link. I might just go ahead and do that. But right now, I'm not running any Pure Signal. I know I'm giving you a decent signal on there, so I want to make sure it's still clean on your spectrum there. Hopefully, it's nice and tight. I don't want any IMDs in there.
Oh, no, you look good. You get railroad tracks going down, so your audio set really good for not to have any IMDs. And that's what's nice about the Anon. You keep the audio in check without even pure signal. You can still lay down the railroad tracks. But no, Ken, it looks really, really good.
Okay, yeah. And during a two-tone test, you'll see it. You'll see a lot of spikes pop up. But anyhow, I'll just leave it the way it is. That's why I'm really particular about where I have my ALC, my the leveler, and my mic is actually pulled back. I don't have that up on the screen. Up on the screen right now, you'll see my ALC, the leveler, and then I have the old-fashioned type S meter up on the screen. But the ALC is my most important thing. Got to keep that in check. And then I'll make sure I'm running my amp well within spec. Like I said, but it's a 1,000 watt amplifier. I'm running it right now. It says on the LP100A, about 630 watts. So well within specs. I'm not overdriving anything. Drive slider on the Anon or on Thetis is 40. But that's about it. But all right, man. I'm gonna stop this recording. I'm gonna see where my wife is at, and she's gonna get dinner going here soon. But anyhow, I'll go ahead and sign off there, and I'll let you know when I get this posted up. It'll take a while for me to get it edited. But this
all
has
right,
been
Ken. Well, I appreciate you getting there. It's good to hear you in there. I was always waiting for you to, drop in and say hello, and I'm glad you broke the ice. So maybe you'll get more chances to get in there. And I know your work schedule stops you from getting in there more often because we're getting in here in the evening, and that's pretty much when you're working. But on your off days, it'd be nice if you could sneak in there. Well, good to hear you, and I'll let you go ahead and take care of what you got to take care of, and I'm going to see what Bill's into. So take care from W3DEP.